Nikki, thank you so much for coming on the program. It's good talking to you again.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure as always. And your brand new book is out, Denied a Chance. And I got to say, I think everybody. I mean, I don't know if you're interested in the gun control debate. If you're watching this program, no matter what side of the debate you're on, I think that you should be reading Nikki's book. And you need to know Nikki's story. And so, Nikki, first of all, thank you for telling your story.
Yeah, I'm trying to do all I can to educate people.
Well, and it's hard. I mean, your story it's tough to read, and it's tough for people to hear. Just like it's tough to hear the stories from the parents at Newtown. We don't like to hear about the people that we love taken away from us. And you loved your husband very much.
Yes.
So, what made you decide that you wanted to tell your story?
The book actually started as a diary. It was just a way for me to deal with the grief and trauma in a healthy way. And one day I looked at it and I thought, this has gotten kind of big, and maybe there are people out there that can learn something from this. Maybe this can help some people who may have dealt with something traumatic in their life. Perhaps they thought that they were weird or strange, or there was something wrong with them because of some of the things they might think or how they feel. And I want people to know that when you go through something horrendous like that, I think it's natural to have some anxiety and depression, and these are just things that you have to work through. And so I hope that the book can help those people, but also I hope the book reaches out to people who may have never really thought about protecting themselves in a serious way. And the best defensive tool that you can use to do that is a handgun. And I really believe in training. I think that as a responsible citizen, you should go out and get training on your own and learn justifiable use of force and how to protect yourself. It's very important.
You have been an advocate for the right to carry and for the Second Amendment, since you started speaking out, and you have had a real impact in your state. What does it mean for you to be an activist, and how does that help you?
Well, I think it was definitely a part of the healing process. Not only is it something that I believe, very strongly, it did help in the healing process to be able to try and turn my pain into something constructive, to try and help other people, because I don't want to see another innocent person helpless. It's an awful feeling. It's a horrible feeling, and I don't want to see someone go through that. I believe we all have the right of self-defense. It's a basic human right. But, the book is not just a pro-gun book. I did feel like it was important for people to hear from a victim that doesn't blame the gun. I blame the murderer and those legislators who prevented me from being able to protect Ben and I. But the book's also about grief, trauma, and loss. It's about love. It's about some of the post-traumatic stress that I went through after witnessing something like that. It's about dealing with the criminal justice system. And I'm here to tell you, Cam, that it's not a justice system. I tell people it's just the system.
Yeah, I think that you're right. And the bad news about that is that it's the system that we have to work within. The good news is that we know that by getting active and by getting involved, that we can change the system and we can make it better so that people do have the opportunity to protect themselves and the ones that they love.
Yeah. I got involved, with some of the grassroots organizations, of course, the National Rifle Association, the Tennessee Firearms Association, and I reached out to the sponsor of the restaurant carry bill, Senator Doug Jackson, here in Tennessee, and he told my story on the Senate floor with myself present. And, I can't take a lot of credit. I feel like I played a small role, really, in the passage of that legislation, but I'm glad that I got to play some kind of role in that. I also testified before the Ohio legislature, their House and Senate, as well as Susanna Hupp, who wrote the foreword for my book. And Ohio now has their restaurant carry law. But I think there's a lot of gun-free zones that need to be, gotten rid of. They need to go away because bad guys don't care about the law. They're not going to pay any attention to those silly signs. And it's only the law-abiding people that will, respect that sign, and they're going to be helpless. They're going to be sitting ducks in those places.
Nikki Gozer, the author of the brand new book, Denied a Chance. Thank you so much for coming on the program, Nikki, and best of luck with the book.
Thank you so much.